Well, hey there, it's Brooke, and today I have a new series for you. I've been going a little tiered tray crazy, so I figured, why not just keep it up? So I have a new series that I'm gonna call Let's Make Some More Trays. I got that new tray from Decor Steals at Christmas time, the metal one, and they do still have it on the Decor Steals website right now. I know it kind of goes in and out of stock, but this is the one that I'm going to be using today. And we're gonna do it a little bit like my One Tray 3 Ways series. So I've done 3 different trays using this for Valentine's. This is the Valentine's edition. I've used a variety of different color schemes. So I kind of have, your traditional like red and white. And then I have one that leans maybe a little more black, and then one that leans a little more pink and colorful. So those are the 3 trays we're going to do today, all Valentine themed. My Ray Gun canisters fit on the bottom of this tray, so I'm so happy about that I finally have a tray that those canisters fit on. I don't understand why they don't fit on my Amazon tray, but they're like, yes, let's tell back. But they fit beautifully on this tray, so that makes me so happy. That's kind of what inspired me to make another series with this tray. And of course, I will leave the dimensions down below, and I will link it at Decor Steals. It'll be in or out of stock. That's all I can do for you. So let's get to tiered traying. So this is the mainly red and white tray. And like I said, my canisters, my Ray Gun canisters fit perfectly on here. So I really wanted to use this Candy Hearts. Wow, that's loud. This Candy Hearts one that I found last year. So that's kind of the first inspiration for this tray. And I have taken down the Target tiered trays that I showed you. So I do have pieces from them that I'm going to be using. So then the next piece I wanted to use on this tray was this new love sign I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And I thought it just looked super cute up here on the top and fit really nice. And then I just started filling it in and working with parts and what worked, what didn't. So for the top, I used this heart dish again and set that back behind the middle spindle and the sign. On the bottom, I decided I wanted to use my red truck again. So we're just going to put that off to the side. This time I put a little heart in there. And then I also grabbed my red mason jar. They usually sell these at Valentine's, and I think this year they had a pink one too. I have a lot of pink jars, so I did not grab one this year. I was deciding what other filler I wanted to use, and for the top here I decided to grab a little olive bucket, and I set that back up there. And then I have a couple of those because they come in different sizes, so I decided to use one down on the bottom also. So I am going to use this little riser I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and they had these in pink, white, and red. I have a lot of white, so I wasn't really interested in that, and then I thought red would be versatile for a lot of holidays. And then I had to decide what I wanted to put in my buckets for some filler, so I just grabbed some of this. Really need to figure out the name of this. It's the bush stuff that I cut down, so I put a couple sprigs in there. And then I just love the look of these red flowers for Valentine's, so I popped those in the little one. Just kind of have them hanging over. And then of course, since I put the greenery up here on the top, I wanted some greenery to fill in on the bottom. So I just took apart a sprig here. This greenery is really nice because it has, let me see if I can show you. So on one sprig that you cut off the entire bush, it has 2 of these that kind of come in the V that you can just slide off the end. And then you can either keep the stick on this top one or pull that off so you have a little bit. So it's really nice to really take apart. And if you wanted to, you could just slide it and put it all back together. I have bought a fair amount of the bushes, so I just leave it all apart. You can also like just build it up if you want once it's apart. So I did stick this one over here, and then as you can see, I've pulled these ones off their stick, and I just put those in over here, kind of up and around my pickup. And I feel like my heart is a little low here in the back, so I'm just going to use some of my blocks that I have and prop and stabilize him a bit. And then I am also going to prop up my bucket just so you can see that a little bit more above the sign. sign. And then like I did on my Target tiered tray, I just grabbed these, and I have a bigger one too. I'm going to put one up by the love sign. I'm going to stick the other two just kind of back here to fill out the tray a little bit. You can't see them too much, but when you kind of look at different angles of the tray, you can see them a little better, and I just wanted it a little more filled out. So there is my love tray. My very simple, traditional red and white Valentine's tray. The second one, I'm going to go with a little more black, and I was so excited when my candy hearts canister fit. Of course, I had to grab out my Yum one. Hopefully this will not be a continued theme with this tray, but I make no guarantees, because this makes me so happy. Got my canister in there, and then I was going through my signs, see what kind of sign I wanted to use. So I decided to grab my hug sign, and I did make these. I can link my little video where I talk about them. And then I just start filling in around them. So the other thing I decided on was my little mailbox, and I just kind of stuck that off to the side here. And this time, the filler that I used with those balls in the last tray also came with this filler. That's a threshold filler from last year. It also came with these little puff balls, and it does have little flecks of gold in there, and I thought that just looked cute, kind of popped down there for some added texture. And then I also wanted to use my little white bird, and I believe I put him, I put him on a little circle of wood just to give him a little height. So then since I used my bird, I decided I wanted to use one of my bird houses. So this is just a little thrifted bird house that I have. And when I set him back here, you can barely see it. So I did get some wood circles, bring it up to height. And so I searched through my stuff on what I would like to put in there, and I got these little trees from Target this year. I put one in there and it looked really good, but I wanted to try it with two. So when I tried it with two, I just thought it kind of filled it up better, and you know, like the couples kind of theme and things like that. So I did end up putting two little Christmas trees in there. And then I was going through, and since I had used the black, I went and pulled out some of my black and white items that I have. I grabbed this little black and white house from Christmas time, and I just set that over here. I also grabbed my black and white check vase, and that's just from Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna prop that up a little bit too, just so it peeks out above the sign some more. And so I knew I wanted something to go like back in between here for filler. You know how I like that. So I went and grabbed this little tin pot from Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, Target Bullseye forever ago. And since I had used that more boxwood looking plant, I just grabbed my pick a boxwood to put up in this vase to add a little greenery. And then I liked this little rattan ball with the love so much that I just put one up here with my hug sign to kind of fill in with the rest of it. And so this is my simple, a little black with my traditional colors for Valentine's Day. So have a hug. So this tray design leans way towards the pinks and the blue, and it was super fun to incorporate all those colors into the traditional like Valentine's colors and balance it out so it all goes together well. I did start with this tray, and I wanted to use my candy hearts so bad on this tray, my canister, and it just didn't fit. So that's kind of why I created the next two trays also. So this is the one that kind of started it all, and I am super happy with how it turned out. So when I've been doing all my Valentine's tray, I've been trying to use my little Target bird somewhere, and I just couldn't get him to fit anywhere. So that's what I kind of started with, and I just loved how they look up here on the top of this tray. I always like to kind of have them like looking at each other a little bit. So when I had the candy hearts down here, I just couldn't get other things to fit with that, with words and different things. So I had to scrape that and then fill in with other stuff that I knew would look better. This is one thing I really wanted to use because I thought it just looked so good with the birds, was just this little love you sign. I do have a block in there to stand it up just a little higher. Another thing I really wanted to use for this tray was one of my just mugs. I think these are just from Walmart. I do have kind of a pinky one, purpley one too, but that one just didn't really go with this kind of vibe I was going for, so we scrapped that one. And then I had went and grabbed some pink and blue canisters. I just picked this one up at the Goodwill, so I thought that would look super cute back here. Bring in a little of the light pink. I have this blue Coca-Cola one. And I have other blue ones like this, but this just seemed to fill the space a little better and just kind of fit the tray. And I picked this up at clearance from like Home Goods one time. And then another thing I used to fill in with was that other little heart tray I have, and I thought that just looked good here. And then I had made some felt stuffed pillows, or not pillows, hearts one time, and they're just easy. You just do a running stitch and fill her up and then finish the stitch. And I thought that these two colors just really matched well. I was just really trying to bring in all the different pinks from the birds, and then, you know, a little bit of the red, because she does have a little red on her. I filled in the back with these white pots again. I did that for one of my trays. I want to say like one of my winter trays. I use it kind of as a filler, and I really like that, so you're probably going to be seeing that even more. I grabbed a little more pink canister. These came out at Easter time, and they've had blue and pink. I don't know if they'll bring them out again at Hobby Lobby, but that's where I did get that one. And then I grabbed my little watering can. I don't know, I just thought it was cute and fun, and I figured I could put some flowers in it to just bring out a little more color for this tray. So I went and grabbed some of these pink flowers that I have. Once again, these are just over in the pick section at Hobby Lobby. Up here in this canister or jar, I decided to use the white ones, and then these white ones are just like the red ones I used before, so we're just gonna pop those in there. And then I also have a pink one, and I think they have pink, yellow, purple, like a peachy color, and I just decided to kind of pop this in the side over there just to add a little texture and color to that. And then of course I couldn't leave out some garnish for one of these trays, so I just kind of threw it in all over up here by the birds, just so they were filled in. It's their little love petals by their feet. And here is my little lovebird tray. And I just love how it turned out. I love all the pinks, and they work so well together with the little pop of red and the little pop of blue. I was so glad I got to use my little birds. I tried to look for the new birds that they have at Target, and my store has none of the spritz decor out, and they have no spot for it or anything. So I guess maybe next year I can try my luck at getting a new bird. But the new birds for this year are definitely pretty cute, but no such luck for me, so I'm going to stick with my little lovebirds and keep on tiered traying. Well, that was my 3 Valentine trays with my new Decor Steals tray. I love how all 3 of them turned out. I love my little lovebirds. I always get so excited when I get to use those in a tray. Sometimes they don't work for me, but usually I can make them fit in at least one tray. So I'm very happy that I got to share those with you since I haven't yet. There will be more Valentine's tiered trays coming out. I got another set of Target tiered trays. I'm going to decorate my mantle for Valentine's Day, so I got to get on that. Isn't that crazy that we're towards the end of January? That's just so crazy. I hope you enjoyed the tiered tray inspiration. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.